We have a very interesting video today where college students seem to flash Charlie Kirk, and it's going everywhere on Twitter, and we're going to get into that video right now. But before we do, like the video as much as possible, comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so that you're notified when one of my videos come out, and let's get into the video.
Do you feel proud of yourself for debating college kids who are unprepared to speak in front of an audience like yourself? Hold on. You're 30 years old. We can agree you're 30 years old, right? Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter. I'm a registered voter.
I vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing here today.
Charlie Kirk did drop a bar on her, and what he said was absolutely accurate, and that's the thing that's going on in many societies in the Western world right now. We have people like this who want to infantilize college students and say that you're too old to be talking to us, yet they're the same people who can go out and vote and cancel the vote of someone that they claim is more smarter than them, and the person they claim is too intellectual to talk to them, yet these same people can cancel out that person's vote.
Yeah? Wait, hold on. How is it any different than a professor talking to you?
Than a professor talking to you? Who are you?
Well, important enough for you to come up to a microphone.
Actually, when I first saw this ad, I thought it was like an improv comedy thing. It looked so ridiculous that I didn't even think it was real.
Well, no, you could see. Look how popular Trump is on your campus. How does that make you feel? That's not comedy. That is a 5-alarm fire for Kamala Harris, because she's probably going to lose Pennsylvania.
Look.
But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking to voters.
Well, that's what we're doing here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a dangerous agenda.
Such as?
Your stance on abortion rights, for example.
Here we go.
It's literally the same talking point with these people. You push a dangerous agenda. What's that dangerous agenda that I push? You don't allow us to be able to end the lives of our babies and allow us to have endless sex without the consequences of having endless sex. That's essentially what all of these college students, especially feminists, say is so dangerous. They don't actually have anything of meaning to say. And the funny thing about this whole thing of them saying it's dangerous because you won't allow us to abort our children is once they actually do allow them to do that, they'll start crying about something else. It's endlessly being victims with these people, and that's why they always compete in the victim Olympics.
Let me ask a question. What is your name?
Jean.
Jean. And what is your understanding of the current Republican Party's stance on federal intervention in abortion?
Well, I know that they want to bring it back to the states, right?
So it sounds like you do know that the Republican Party's current stance on abortion is they're against a federal ban on abortion.
I do understand that,
and we're talking about a
yes.
presidential election as the important election that we're talking about here.
I understand that, yes.
Great. So, again, I think this open dialogue is great. I think it's great you're here challenging Charlie, and I think it's great that he's willing to travel campuses across this country to talk to the next generation. We need more conversation. Now, where's the disagreement, though, on content? Because you could criticize style or why you're talking to people or dunk on someone personally, but where do you actually disagree with the substance?
With the way that you edit content and specifically frame it so that people look bad.
I want people to know how much a liar this girl is and how much a liar people like her always are. Initially, she said she doesn't even know who he is, yet she knows that they edit their videos apparently, and yet she knows that they make videos, but apparently she doesn't know who he is.
Talking to you. The way that you edit your content.
We post unedited content.
Let me just ask you one thing though, because personal insults can fly in all directions. Where is an area where you have a disagreement with the conservative movement, with Donald Trump, with Charlie Kirk, perhaps with myself? I was a presidential candidate last year. I think we need to talk about that more in the open, and the more we do, the stronger our country is going to be. We got a long line of people, but I want to hear from you one substantive area where you have an authentic disagreement. And I'd be glad to address it. I'm sure Charlie would too.
They never have anything.
Just in anything. Political.
Yeah,
relating
anything.
to any political topic where you have a disagreement. Let's air it.
Okay. I disagree with some of the laws that are being pushed in Congress.
What laws?
That are against the LGBTQ community.
What laws?
And the trans community.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I'm going to give you my view, and then I want to hear yours.
Okay.
My view is that if you're a fully grown adult, 18 or above, you're free to live how you want, dress how you want, marry who you want if you want, if you're
Okay.
over the age of 18.
I agree.
But you are not free to indoctrinate children in schools who are not yet of the age of consent. You are not free, just as you're a 17-year-old or a 15-year-old can't get a tattoo on their own, I don't think that you should be able to go or until the age of 18. And so the lines that I draw here is that men are free to claim to be women and swim in swimming pools. You're not free to claim trophies in a women's sports competition. You're not free to enter a women's locker room. You're not free to change a language, and you're not free to actually indoctrinate our children who are under the age of 5 in schools. Do we agree on the fact that adults should be able to live freely while still treating children differently? If so, we're on the same side of this issue.
Listen, I agree with the majority of what you said. However, I don't think that you're understanding the implications of the laws that are trying to be passed.
These people just say the same thing over and over again. They speak in vague terms because they don't even know what it is that they're talking about, and they get all of their information from social media and their friends. They don't actually look into anything. They don't study these things for themselves, yet they speak as if they know about everything. She keeps talking about these laws that are against the LGBT and trans community, yet I've not heard any of these laws she keeps talking about, and that's what a lot of them do. Because they don't know what it is they're talking about, they'll just say that there's certain laws that are against them without naming these certain laws.
Look, we got a head start in the conversation. We got a long line behind you. But my only ask is, forget the personal attacks or the stylistic attacks. Focus on substance. The more we debate that, the stronger we're going to be as a country. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I don't think you're focusing on substance, though. That's the issue.
Hold on. Look, he intentionally tried to provoke substance out of you.
And you did
And
nothing.
you said, well, I'm worried about some laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about? Can you be specific?
Now I have a theory as to why she did what she did and tried to flash Charlie Kirk, or did flash Charlie Kirk. And earlier he mentioned it's the case that they don't edit their videos, so she probably thought in her mind that, okay, if it's the case that they don't edit their videos, I can do this to try and garner some sort of attention, because feminism has taught women like this to engage in behaviors like this, and has told them to sell their bodies, but then at the same time complain when people look at them for just their bodies. She really had nothing of substance to say during this whole conversation and was just regurgitating the same thing she hears from everyone else without actually studying it for herself. So because of her hate towards Charlie Kirk and all that is good, she resorted in doing this and trying to get him banned when they post the video.
I'm sorry, I'm very nervous, but this is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight, and you.
Well, hold on. I didn't ask you to come up here. You voluntarily came to the front of the line. You didn't have to do that.
You're purposely antagonizing people on campus, asking
How?
people to come up by spreading your weird agenda.
How? What agenda is that? I'm confused though.
So Charlie, I'll say this. We'll end on this and we'll go to the next question. When I was 18, and I'm not going to blame you for this, I also took for granted a lot of the stuff that the media force-fed me, because that's what you know at the age of 18. You say there are some vague laws making their way through Congress that are hostile to trans community.
know how-
I don't think those
do you
laws
know
actually
about-
exist, but I don't blame you
Listen
if
to
that's
me.
what the cable media is feeding you. But let's get to the specifics, and then we're able to actually have an open dialogue. And that's one of the things I've learned over the last 20 years.
I think that the issue
part
is
of-
we're getting our
part of
media
learning
from
our
different
country.
sources. Both people are getting media from these skewed sources. The facts that you're presenting are not always correct.
And that's why we're here with no TV screens between us. So people who have policy-based substantive disagreements, we invite those. I think that's how we're going to get our country back. And as it relates to trans, which you brought up, 18 or above, you're free to live how you want. You're not free to force that onto somebody else, or especially kids. And if we agree on
Thank
that,
you
we
very
make some
much.
progress.
Thank you.
What a very weird girl who does exactly what most of these people do, and that's talking vague concepts and not actually pinpoint what it is that they want to change, because they don't know what it is that they want to change. But anyway, that was another video. If you guys enjoyed the video, like the video as much as possible, comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, X, and TikTok at Yinka That Guy, and I am out.